The College News, your source for all things Murray State. Brought to you by the Murray State News.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the College News. I'm Nigel Walton.
And I'm Keaton Fawn. Governor Andy Beshear spoke on campus this week. Addison Watson tells us where higher education fits in the proposed state budget.
Governor Beshear spoke to an auditorium full of Murray State faculty, staff, students, and community members Monday morning at Alexander Hall. Beshear highlighted his Education First budget and his administration's proposals. His proposals include no general fund cuts for the first time in over 12 years, a 1% increase in funding to public universities, and full pension funding for the teachers' retirement system.
1% is a start. It puts us on the right track to continue funding in the future. You have my commitment that I'm going to continue to try to do that in every budget that I'm governor.
One of the major challenges is that the state has not helped with university maintenance in more than a decade, Beshear said.
It's the first time since 2008 the state's going to be able to step up and help our universities in what was the #1 request across the board.
Beshear said that his administration is waiting to implement performance-based funding, noting that they are anticipating that Murray State, Morehead University, and Northern Kentucky University will be able to compete equally as well as the other public universities in the state. Beshear praised Murray State for its dedication to higher education and supports the university. He was presented with a Murray State sweatshirt by President Bob Jackson prior to his speech. He also said that he would proudly wear it when he is in Murray.
Well, it's always good to have the governor on campus, and especially in the College of Education. And we appreciate the time that he spent here and appreciate the budget that he's advanced to support education at all levels.
The governor said he supports Murray State and will continue to put public education at the forefront of his budget.
To read more on what the governor had to say, you can pick up a copy of the Murray State News on shelves Thursday.
Both Racer basketball teams suffered losses Thursday against Austin Peay. The women fell to the Governors 69-61, and the men fell 71-68. The Racers returned home to play Morehead State Saturday and won both games. The women won 83-75, and the men won 85-57. The women are now in 8th place in the OVC with 8 games remaining. The men are now tied for the #1 spot. The Racers are back on the road Thursday and Saturday playing Eastern Illinois University and Southern Illinois University in Edwardsville. On Thursday, the women will tip off at 5:15 p.m. with the men following at 7:30. Saturday, the men will play first at 2 p.m. with the women following at 4 p.m. Go Racers!
The Murray State Racers opened their baseball season at Southern Mississippi on Friday, going 0-3 on their season-opening series on Friday. The Racers lost to the Eagles with a score of 6-0. The Racers tried to bounce back on Saturday, but narrowly fell to the Eagles again, 3-2. The Racers came ready to play on Sunday, but lost another tight game, 8-7. Murray State returns to action on the 19th, playing Western Kentucky University in Bowling Green, before hosting St. Peter's for their home opener on February 21st.
Internships are a significant part of successfully transitioning from college to career life. Megan Reynolds is here to give us an inside look at their importance and how to go about applying for one.
Internship application season has hit students full on. No matter the field, professors are encouraging students to get their experience in while they can before they make the transition from college life to career life.
Well, I think you have to have in your mind, what do I want to do? It may not be for the rest of your life, but it's going to be for a pretty good while after you leave college. Is this really what I want to do? And so the best way to do that is, not look at a website or talk to other people, is to get involved.
In the music business industry, you can look at books all day long, but until you actually get your hands in and start working in it, you don't really know where you're going.
Remember, for every internship position open, there is a multitude of people applying, so polish up your resume and practice your cover letter writing.
So for my major, we are required to take a technical writing course, and so that was where my first rough draft of my resume came from. And then once we critiqued that in class, I was able to take it again to career services once I added more beef to it, I guess. And career services really helped me out with that. And then after career services helped me with like the organization, the wording, and that sort of thing, I took it to my academic advisor, who then proofread it again and was able to tell me terminology that better related to my field rather than a general resume. And so I actually had three people proofread my resume before the final product.
Most employers, even when looking to fill entry-level positions, hope for their job candidates to have some sort of experience prior to hiring. Internships can provide that experience, so make sure you know the proper steps when applying for your internships of choice.
I think the biggest thing I tell students is there's usually a job description online for whatever they're applying for. If it's an internship, anything of that nature, there's going to be some kind of description of what the duties are. I tell students to print those out, and I tell them to get a highlighter and highlight all of that professional jargon, those keywords, those big things that they're looking for. There's usually an area that says minimum skills required or minimum requirements. Highlight those areas. Make sure, obviously, when you're highlighting them that you do have experience in those areas or you do have a working knowledge of those areas. Put those words, those keywords, jargon, skill sets into the resume, into the cover letter every single time.
If you haven't already applied, be sure to be on the lookout for internships you might be interested in. Look at these internships as opportunities to fill your summer with experience and excitement.
Internship opportunities provide a great stepping stone into real life, but you won't experience one if you don't apply. Make sure you start searching for summer positions now, and be sure to talk to your professors about internships they know of.
Last week was full of rain, but the past few days have been sunny and warm. Let's check in with Taylor to find out what we can expect for the week ahead.
Thanks, Keaton. This Wednesday we start out with overcast skies that fall into Thursday, though Friday the sun begins to break through in Murray. Watch out for the rain returning on Sunday and Monday with a high of 50, which the overcast skies return this Tuesday. Back to you, Keaton.
Well, it'll be great to see that sunshine for a little while this week. Thanks again, Taylor. Be sure to pick up a copy of the Murray State News on shelves tomorrow.
Here's a look at some of the stories you will see in this week's paper. This week in the news section, we will dive into Governor Andy Beshear's Education First budget and his visit to Murray State. This week in the features section, read about what Black History Month means to students and the student study abroad experience in New Zealand. That's all we have for this week's edition of the College News.
Be sure to join us every Wednesday on thenews.org and our social media channels throughout the semester for all your campus and community news.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you have a great week, and we'll see you back here next Wednesday.